Good morning and welcome to ATI Pro Media. It is Tuesday, October 22nd. You know, just popped in my head. We got about 8-9 days left of crop insurance pricing, but we got some other stuff too. Harvest continues to clip ahead at a record pace. Surprise to no one when you look at that extended forecast. I got a feeling we're going to get this crop out of the ground in record time. So, as of right now, supply issues in the United States, they're halted, right? This crop looks pretty good and we're getting out in plenty of time. We've got some progress in Brazil soybean planting in their first corn crop planting. We'll update you on that. They continue to move behind the historical average, but I think this time next week we'll see how much progress they made. We got other things to look forward to, but without further ado, bring them in. Brady Huck, what do we know?
Good morning, Connor. Good to be here. How are you
Yeah,
today?
I'm good. I'm good. Good show yesterday by yourself, but I gotta say I do like doing it with you. So
It's
let's
better together. Teamwork makes the dream work, Connor.
let's jump right into it. Right, we've got some headlines, things moving. I want to talk a little export inspections, and
Okay.
we'll get out of here. So you want to quote us up real quick?
Yep. Let's go to LaSalle Street, Joe. Deese corn up 3 to 4 cents at 413. Good to see that. Nove beans up 7 to 8 cents at 989. Wheat is a little kind of up a quarter. So the laggard of the three. Up a quarter of a cent on Chicago wheat. KC wheat up a penny and a quarter. Feeders up 80 points. Fat cattle up 85 points. Lean hogs up 70. Looking over at crude real quick. Crude's up 60 cents. Diesel up 2. Nat gas up 2 cents. Here on Wall Street. The Dow down 200 points, S&P down 26, and the NASDAQ down 68. You can't ignore gold, though. Gold and silver, the commodities, are they telling us something? They're screaming higher. Gold higher, and then silver also higher. So that's where we're at here this morning with our market prices.
Yeah, good deal. Good to see corn and soybeans continue to hang in there, right? And I think that comes on the back. We saw. Let's get it out of the way. Oh no, let's talk about this. Something it becomes it's every day, so I forget to do it. Brady, we got another flash sale.
They just keep coming in, coming in.
300.
Mexico here this morning, 360,000 metric tons of corn going to Mexico. They've been a solid buyer of corn for us, Connor.
Yeah, they have. And, we saw export inspections last week. I got some charts if we have time, but really, we're seeing good inspections on corn a little bit higher than we've seen in the past couple of years, getting into that like 2018 and I believe 2021 range, right? Good, very good to see. Good to see good corn exports. Good soybean inspections too, just a little bit more in line, right? It doesn't look so crazy when you compare it to previous years, but good to see. We will
Yeah.
take those flash sales, and good to see that we've got a name on this one, right? I'll take whoever wants to buy U.S. corn and beans, but it's a head scratcher when it's unknown, right?
Absolutely. Yep. Yep. Well, when you're going to raise a big crop, you got to have a place to put it. So whether it's Mexico, China, or unknown, I don't care where it goes. We just got to give it a home.
Absolutely. Well, here we go. Harvest progress as a surprise to no one. We are clipping away at a record pace. Corn harvest progress 65% versus 47% last week. This time a year ago, we were at 55%. So, if I remember right, correct me if I'm wrong, but it was a decent harvest. We were making good progress. Oh, here I go. 5-year average is 52%. So, about 10% above that 5-year average. Good to see. Soybeans is probably the story. Soybeans harvest 81% harvested versus 67% last week. Another big jump, not quite as big as last week, but a year ago we were at 72% versus 67% average. Interesting seeing 72% a year ago. It feels much faster this year, but just a testament, I think, how fast soybeans and how fast we can get stuff out of the ground.
Yep. Yep. Farmers, you guys are busy out in the fields working away, getting that crop out and haven't had a break. It'd be nice to get a little shower and give you guys a little break or a weekend off here this last month. But you guys are working hard out there getting that crop out.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to get it in Central Illinois, Brady. I think they're pretty much going to be able to at least get everything out of the ground before they start the rest of the fall work. I think we're going to see in my area a lot of guys wrap up this week. So, with that, right, here's your sign we need to start. If you're wrapping up harvest and you still don't have a marketing plan, it's time to get one, right? We'll leave it at that.
Absolutely. Yep. Let's work on it. Yep. Especially with that crop insurance price coming to an end here at the end of October. But
Yeah, good point. So what else we got? We've got here we go. South America continues to be in the headlines, and we're seeing planting progress move forward. I'm going to pull this up. Not
Okay.
quite, we're making progress. That first corn crop at 32% planted. Last year we were at 33%, right in line, right? And then the story is going to be that soybean planting progress. We're at 17%. Last year we were at 28%. So still delayed compared to last year. And last year wasn't necessarily a super fast planting pace either. Interesting to see by next week how much are we going to get caught up in that area. So Mato Grosso regions, right, the big area, and they're about 20% planted as of yesterday.
Mm-hmm. Well, if you're a bull, I think that's your story to run with, is that late planting down there in South America. And then, the dryness that we've seen across the whole Midwest here in the US. So are we set up for a drought next year? And is South America have a problem with late beans going in the ground? To me, if you're a bull, that's where you're setting your camp up for the what if down the road. But I don't know. We tend to get it done, and we tend to not have a problem, Connor. But we'll see. We'll see how it all shakes out.
Exactly. So talking supply side, the story right now, as it should be, I think, is going to be exports demand. And so we don't, these come out every week, but we don't necessarily talk about just looking at export inspections. But I wanted to go ahead and pop it up just because I feel like it tells a good story. Soybean export inspections, right? Black line is where we're at currently. And as you can see, we've got some great stuff, great inspections this past week, but it's not necessarily, it's very much in the realm of where we've seen before, right? Much better than the blue and orange lines. The ticker's going, but I think that's 2020 and probably 2018 during the trade war. But so we've seen, 2018 and then 2020. So great soybean export inspections, but it's pretty much in line with where we've been, seasonally. And as you can see, you get out to Feb, March, see how fast that disappears. I'll probably mention that a lot, Brady, in the next couple of months, because I think it's an important point to remember.
Yeah, well, that graphic there really highlights, the importance of U.S. exports getting the beans out the door between now and March. And can we hold that? Can we sustain this level? That's, to me, versus tailing off as we get into February, March. And that question is probably going to be answered as we look at the development of South America's bean crop down there. Is there a problem? Is there not a problem?
Right. Absolutely. And so same thing, corn market, good surprises, as you can see, good corn export inspections, good corn flash sales, right? Thank you, Mexico. We're getting in that realm of, 20, as I look at that chart, 2018, 2021, right? Much better than these past couple of years in terms of export inspections. So good to see. Hopefully we can continue to carry it on. I got to think, right? Rick updates every day. We are 2 weeks away from the election, right? Seeing these good flash sales. I'm seeing, if you haven't looked at your cash bid or your deferred bid for beans in the beans that you put in the bin, that Novdees cash bid is very firm in St. Louis. And then my processor, right? It brings a point up. Are we seeing good buying ahead of this election? Is China getting squared away for, if Trump gets elected? Are they just preparing for the what ifs? So, we'll know it. It'll be very clear in the rearview mirror, but I think it's something we need to be paying attention to.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah. Tommy talked a little bit about some of those things when you think about in yesterday's premium episode. We should flash that up.
Yeah.
November options. He talked November options, and I think he talked rising interest rate stuff as well yesterday. That cost of money. Looking at the 10-year and 2-year, what's going on with interest rates. Another good episode of Premium pumped out by Tommy G yesterday.
Good deal. Well, we'll have some other good premiums too. I think I got a good topic. I don't want to say it on the show just in case I defer it, but there's something I want to talk about. And usually you and I, and Tommy included, when we start thinking about premiums, if there's something we want to talk about, it usually makes a good premium. So I think I got a good topic later. But what else we got, Brady?
Cattle on feed report here this Friday. Got some estimates out. I'll flash those up. We can look at those real quick. But yeah, looking for a little lighter on feed number, Oct 1 versus year ago. The thing that sticks out to me is one, there's as typical a big range in the guess of placements. But marketings look to be strong. 102.2% is the average estimate. And Connor, in these reports, there's you get 8 or 9 analysts that put in their estimate for the report, what they think the trade number is going to be in. And of those on the marketing side, one of them was below 102% on the marketing side of things. Everybody else was above 102%. So when you flash that back up and look at the range of estimates on marketings, 98.1, there's a lone soldier down there and everybody else is above 102. So he'll either, be forgotten about, nobody will remember, or somebody might look back and say if he's right, but look at that guy. He's so smart. He pegged it right on the nose.
Going against the grain. I like it. I like it. So we'll see that Friday. So I think with that, any other topics, any other questions, we'll pop them up. But in the meantime, what other thing we have to look at? I think crop insurance, right? Make sure to look at that. Keep that in mind. Maybe we'll talk a little bit about that on premium. But I think with that, Brady, any other closing thoughts? I say we go ahead and wrap it up.
It's going to be an interesting week with those November options coming off the board. Let's move on with our work week and get to doing what we do every day.
Yeah, sounds good. Have a good one.
See ya.
Thanks for joining us. We're here every day, 9 a.m. Central. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.